Okay, guys, in the reading of today, we're going to focus on timelining. What is timelining? Timelining is no more than a chronological order that all the events have in a story to make it have sense. Okay, in the mind of the reader. In this case, we're going to take the story of King Tutankhamen as an example of how timelining works. This story or this speech of the retelling of this story begins in 1322 before Christ, when King Tutankhamen, at a very young age, he was only 9 years old, when he started ruling Egypt. Okay, he lived a very, very short life and he died. Then in 1922, you go forward on time. The timelining goes from 1322 to 1922, okay, where this scientist, archaeologist Howard Carter from England, he discovered his tomb in Egypt, and he started to investigate and study all the elements that he found in that tomb. After that, he started to create some theories about his death. Okay, but as the scientific technology in those times was very, very poor, there were no much information about his real death. But what happened? In 1968, archaeologists conducted an examination of King Tutankhamen, and they used X-ray technology, because in those years technology has improved and they had already an X-ray examination, and through that examination they got three possible theories of his death. One was that he was maybe hurt in a war, that he was shot in his head, or that he died from in a battle. Okay, or he died from an infection because he had an injury in his leg. Okay, in 2005, an Egyptian archaeologist, Zahi Howard, then he make another study, okay, of the mummy, and he discovered, using a very, very improved X-ray technology, he discovered that most of the injuries that the mummy had was made by Howard when he was examining, and he was testing the mummy, and he was trying to take it out because it was sticked to the coffin. He was trying to take it out. He made some hurts that previously, in years before, the scientists, they thought were the reason of his death. In 2008, you see, this is the fifth moment of the story, then they use a new technology, an even more improved and deeper technology, which was the DNA. And in the DNA, they found an incredible and shocking news. That was the fact that he had disease. He had a disease in his bones, right? Because they discovered that the mother and the father of King Tutankhamen were in real life brother and sisters, and as they shared DNA, they caused that their baby boy, he was born, I'm sorry, with some illnesses, okay, especially that the one in the bone, and maybe he was hurt before his death in the leg, and because of that hurt, he was really sick. He died from an infection in his leg. So, as you can see, this story has a sequence of events that happened during time in history. Well, that is called a timelining, and especially when you do it when you make a timeline in a written form, you are going to see a line that represents the time, and then that line is going to be cut up in different moments. That is the specific periods, and then in that specific periods, you are going to find information about that period. So that's what I want you to do. Okay, in the next steps of the class, you will see how we're going to work at timelining. Okay, see you in the step number 3. Bye.